Okay, good. Let's give it a second to warm up and then talk about the market. Is tanking. Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. Today we had a PPI numbers report, producer price index. This is considered one of the leading inflation indicators, a very important inflation indicator, and representing the kind of the costs to produce goods and services, whether or not those have inflated. Because then that'll affect the end consumer pricing eventually. It came in at 0.7% month over month. If you were to add that all together, it'd be around 10% a year. So it's not good for a 1 month increase of 0.7%. We were expecting 0.2%, which might put you at more like a 1% or 2% per year increase. But this month over month of almost 1% is pretty strong, and it could signal another rate hike actually, and so we might see bond rates as well move up. Expectations on inflation are that it's possibly still moving up. And frankly, because of the $1.7 trillion omnibus bill, all of that introduced inflation into the pipeline. You'll be seeing most of that around July. You'll start to see a real strong reaction from omnibus bill that was the spending bill that was passed. So we still have inflation ahead of us and more rate hikes. It's probably not that extreme and dire as a lot of people shorting the market will try to tell you. But definitely we're going to go through a corrective period here for the next week at least, if not more, based on this number today. And so far, that's manifested itself in a nice drop on the market this morning. Go to the daily chart. You see that we are going to be opening right at yesterday's open, so erasing all of yesterday's progress. And unless we can get above yesterday's high, which is probably not going to happen, then we are pretty much cementing a swing high reversal. That puts this flag at something like this. It's more of a region at this point, territory zone, and it's really not that far. It's not outside of the realm of reason that we break down a recent pivot low today, if not tomorrow, if not by the time FOMC notes and meetings and happening next week. So we could be looking at continued pullback to the 200 SMA, which you can see right here. And on various markets, that 200 is going to be in different places, but that's probably where we're headed, to the 200. And that's a beautiful thing. That means cheaper prices, better entries for longs if the market is indeed off of the bottom, October's bottom. If this worsens, we'd end up testing all these lows again, and then saying bye-bye to the recent rally, which was pretty strong. But the fact remains that rally was stronger than prior rallies. So even if we go back down to the bottom, we are doing so on strength, on recent strength. And so maybe we go down, it's possible, worst case scenario, we go down a little lower on the market, but we'll potentially, that could be the ultimate low. But to me, that's doubtful. I think we're not going to go lower than October's low. Hey, anything's possible. All right. So, but today, what you got to worry about is, let's take a look at the 15-minute chart of how the market's been trading for the last few weeks. And as far as liquidity goes, I mean, we're already headed lower. So perhaps we're going to get down to the bottom of this spike, or maybe even lower. I mean, then the nearby liquidity levels are, well, right here, right where it's at right now. So let's see if I can illustrate that for you. Right here, right underneath these multi-taps there. And that's where we are, and we're resisting a little bit right now. We're trying to test that area. We can suck up liquidity there and then move up on the day, possibly. Otherwise, if we're going to keep going down, we're going at least to this low here, this spike, this drop, if not the most recent pivot lows. That would create a very bloody day. So if we have to travel this distance day, that'd be a pretty red day. Let's take a look on the bigger chart, what that looks like, what size day that is, and see if it's within the realm of possibility. I think it is within the realm of possibility. I think it would be perhaps a little bit rash, but maybe not. I'm not the market. The market will decide. So we're talking about putting in a candle like this. What do you think? Looking at all the candles these days, that look plausible? I think it does. We had this here, had this large one here. Go. So I think it's within the realm of reason. So watch out today. It could get bloody. Back above those highs. All right. Now, over on the momentum front, we're watching Nexi, Nexi, which has been holding VWAP okay, but has not been making any trending progress. So it has no direction after its initial thrust. So it's around 70 cents, came from 40 cents. Nexi. We're also watching Inzy. Ooh, Inzy, while we were talking and doing the report, moved. Inzy was our second best pick, and it seems to have turned out well. It moved from 280 VWAP area now to 311 and moving. So it's picking up some momentum on Inzy with 11.5 million float. And it's doing not quite, let me check the volume. To look at TA. Inzy, okay, with 3 million volume, it's definitely trading way high above typical volume. Yeah, swing high today. Yes, that's what it looks like. TA, let's put up TA. If you're in Roblox or Airbnb, ER plays from the other day, due to the market, you'll probably likely be closing those out first 5 minutes of the market. Make sure you give it 5 minutes. Market open if you're in options. We're also watching Crox and Roku, big earnings winners. Crox was at 125 the other day. Now it's at 135 and kind of pulling back with the market. it may not be able to hold that, and it might fill the gap. Another play is that it might go long all day. Same thing with Roku. Roku, not as much of a gap. It was at 62 or 63, hit 76, but it's at 69 already, and it even hit 66. So mostly it has upside potential, but only if it turns out that way. Should you go that way, downside potential really isn't there from a risk reward standpoint. All right, we've got 9 minutes until the market opens, and like I said, Inzy is moving, so we're watching Inzy. I'm not really seeing a rising wedge pattern there, Kelly, but maybe trend line break coming. So, we'll see. I definitely like to watch the cues more up with value stocks. I is. All right, Nexi having a little blip from VWAP 67 cents, blipping up to 70 cents. Nexi. Still, though, Nexi hasn't proven to be directional yet. So this is just a scalp. And then if you get lucky, you experience a pop. But I would just be trying to get out towards the top of this range here, 74 cents. But Inzy, however, looks good. There goes Crox dropping, kind of holding around 133, 134. It's now 131 and filling the gap already. The market itself also dropping further. Right here. Dropping to lower levels. So that's not good. We'll see what happens. We've got 7 minutes until the market opens. No dark pool prints this morning. Extra clues. No dark pool prints makes me think that, we could get all the way to that lower area I was talking about. Quite low. Now on the QQQ, we're talking about 297. And right now it's at 304.50. So we'd be talking about a 7.5 point move on the Q down. Inzy is holding this 313 level. Kind of a vertical flag. Strong, hard to trust it. But if you're in it, it's looking great. If you're not, this is a tough level to get in at. No. Tweedleo also, yeah. 65 it was. It popped to 78. Everything was looking nice and rosy until PPI came out. Actually, Tweedleo is moving up. Active WAP anyway. Trying to touch 74. On Crocs and Roku and Tweedleo, if they're going to dip, use it to your advantage. Let them dip, and then wait for the 5-minute green over red candle for entry. Nexi still holding those 67, 70 cent area. Inzy hanging out at 311. Remember to hold your any options you have at the market open for 5 minutes and wait for direction. Uh, 5 minute opening range break. Final decision. There goes Inzy breaking out of that really high tight flag. Now hitting 319. Momentum and purchasing picking up on Inzy. Some buying happening on Inzy. Another reason I don't trade SPY and I trade QQQs or NASDAQ versus SPY is the differential. The move differential is 30% or more greater on NASDAQ than it is on SPY. So you get a lot more juice out of your trade on NASDAQ. All right, there goes Inzy 323. After holding that 310 level in a flag, was coming out of the 280 area and now is at 323. Started from 211 yesterday. Inzy, INZY, the best looking Momo we have in the water this morning. Market is under pressure. I notice Apple's trying to make a move off this bottom area. We've got 2 minutes until the market opens. Is this going to be looked at as a buying opportunity or a selling moment? I'm pretty sure that market that institutional investors and traders are going to look at this as a selling moment, and they'll wait it out for a few days, buy more lower, rotate into value, get out of growth. Rates are going up. Okay, we got a minute and 20 seconds before the market opens. Inzy at 320. Couldn't really push much higher. I'd say that's it. That push. And let it come back down to VWAP area somewhere around. We definitely have a swing high. 3 days of it put in. So that's a lot of pressure also. Downside. And here we are breaking new lows by just a micron on NASDAQ as Apple pushes down as well. 30 seconds until the market opens. Okay, be watching Inzy. Oh, there goes Nexi right before the open. Nexi starting to perk up in a flag. This is going to be a risk entry area. Inzy and Nexi. And Nexi is starting to come out of the gate. So is Inzy. Inzy's breaking out. Will it hold that momentum? We shall see. Roku not doing much of anything. Crox holding at 132. Twilio at 74. Airbnb holding. Nvidia with a little spike at the open. Market itself kind of slightly being bought up at the open. And there goes Inzy, 337. It's got the momentum. Oh, Nexi failing out. Nexi was full of shit. All right, managing some trades there. Inzy crapping out also from that 340 high almost to now 310. But that's what I was talking about. Is that you're gonna have to let this push rest a little bit. Let it base out around 3. Let's see if it can hold 3 and start to curve up. Twilio going insane. Opened at 74. It's now almost at 77. It's about to break pre-market highs of 78. This is a day one ER play on Twilio for sure. Crox definitely as well. Crox doing really well, almost hitting 135. The market just, buyers are overwhelming sellers by just a little bit. It's roughly a buyer's market this morning at the open. Not necessarily selling off yet. We're only 3 minutes into the open. All right, Twilio back at 75. Twilio with a good day one ER signature. Or acting like it's going to not only hold support, but rally off of it. And Crox hasn't, Crox is just inching over VWAP right now. So Crox is kind of perking up and looking good as well. Roku is, if it can get over 71, might be a worthwhile all day. Airbnb day 2 now, following through. So once Airbnb gets over yesterday's high of 138.75, that would be an add-on on your Airbnb day one ER position. Remember, you don't drop your positions till at least 5 minutes after the open. All right, there goes Nexi. Nexi is blasting off. This is the first break, though, of the high, so I don't really trust it too much. This could be just a quick market maker move. Careful over on Nexi. It showed that it didn't want to go anywhere. So what is it doing now? And why would it wait till now? Why not earlier? I don't trust that move. Crox 135 now, looking good on Crox. Airbnb for day 2 follow through at 137, looking good. Be ready to add on at 138.75 on Airbnb. All right, the market being tested now at about a 50% retrace of the opening 5 minutes, still holding in the 5-minute range. Nexi hit 80 cents from basically a 77-cent breakout, and you'd have to have a 67-cent stop. So it's a 10-cent stop. You'd need a 20-cent gain just to get a 2-to-1. So you'd be looking for a 97-cent profit target. I just don't see that happening on a stock that's just been sideways all morning. Crocs now 136.50 for the absolute new high of the day. Day one ER, fully confirmed entry on Crocs. And the way we play those is you get in, and if it holds all day, then by the end of the day, you add on. Okay, the market's now breaking down further, making a new low on the market. Let's take a look at that on the daily chart. So, yeah, we've got a red day so far. Now, how's that going to affect any of the other plays here? Well, like Twilio, not able to really hold off of that. It's been pulling back pretty hard, even falling under VWAP now. It's at 74. That may not hold. Crocs continuing. It's at 138.99. It's 139.30. I hope a lot of you picked up that Crocs all day runner. Is what it's looking like it's going to be. Day one ER runner. Yeah. Randy says he's going to buy everybody a pair of Crocs. 139.50. 139.70. Everybody loves Crocs, and the outlook on Crocs good. Plastic shoes, cheap plastic shoes on the rise during inflation. If Crocs is going up, is Nike going down? Nike down 2 points on the open. Oh, yeah, all those poor Nike sports people moving over to Crocs, gonna rather Netflix and chill. Right, good for you guys. Now, you're welcome to take profits at some spiked point for perhaps right around here, around 139, whatever, and then wait for a little bit of pullback, get back in. But the idea on the play is to hold all day, so long as it holds pivots, and then add on near the end of the day if it held support all day. And then tomorrow, if it breaks today's high, to do one final add-on. That completes the ER entry, the 2-day ER follow-through entry process. Then you hold for as long as it runs, sometimes weeks and months. Crocs are not cheap? No, probably not. That's probably why they're making so much money. I mean, I'm sure if they just make some kind of limited edition premium Crocs, every kid's going to grab it. Airbnb just about at 138.40 now. Remember the add-on day 2 ER add-on is 138 75, and we're at 138.66 now. 76, boom, there it is. Airbnb day 2 add-on on Airbnb. That's the signal. Who's got Airbnb day 1? Oh, nice. All right. Let's see. Imam just halted up. Okay. Take that. Wow. Imam skyrocketing. AM is halted up at 350 after just zooming out of the gate. Oh, yeah. That's been on my Momo radar for a few minutes now, I guess. And just didn't notice it. $2 to 350. Wow. And Carl also is in Airbnb. So that was your add-on just now. Hopefully you got it. Crox is now at 141. It hit 141.92. Crox looking great for an all-day hold. Expect it to deflate in value. Expect it to have some pullback. But the idea here is that you're crossing your fingers that it's going to hold all day. It's going to hold pivots. Which, if you don't know what that means, join our group. Check out my market mastery program, and you'll learn. It basically means it's stayed trending all day, I guess is the way you could put it. Never broke trend. That doesn't mean it can't pull back and you can't lose value. And that's okay. The idea is to hold through, because the real winner is if it lasts all day. That's worth try. All right, AM at 348 it halted, and biopharma, so something happened there. Was definitely thinking that, Randy. I didn't want to bug you with it. Okay, 44.35. All right, we're coming out of the halt in just under 2 minutes on a mom. AM. Nice. Thanks, RJ. That's awesome. Definitely wanted. I was like, I'm not gonna bug RJ, but I wanted to know. I got so many tickers up at the same time. I really don't want to flood my system with time and sales and all these as well. I already got the level 2 up. I'm the proud owner of a couple more shares of AI short. And I now have 1,000 shares short on AI. All right, we've got 30 seconds here, roughly 45 seconds before AM comes out of the halt. At $3.50 ish. Okay, coming out of the halt in 15 seconds. If it's on schedule. If it is, then that's good. You have 150K to invest. Make sure you send me a private message. Here we go. Coming out of the halt on a mom now. And it did not come out of the halt yet, but it could any second here. Sometimes it's just 10 seconds. There it is. Boom. And it's starting to dip a little bit. And it's picking up now. I'll get in. And it's at 380.67 rather. Yeah, so you have 150K to invest. Absolutely send me a private message because I don't want you to make any stupid mistakes. And I'm not a financial advisor, certified financial advisor, but yeah, I've been trading and investing for 25 plus years. So I'm happy to talk with you, tell you what not to do. And I have ideas of what you could do as well, but it'll be your decision. And you can consult with a certified financial advisor if you wish. That is good. All right, some pullback after this halt opened up on Amam, hanging out around 337. Pull out right there, and I'll get back in if it starts to pick up. It sense it. How did you know that? Yeah. 348 halted moments ago. I probably said not sure when exactly. Then you're like, I got you. I got you. Boy, Crocs at almost 143 now. I hope Chris is that and learning how to hold, planning and beating himself up about how bad at holding. No, I'm not going to advise you to day trade, as a matter of fact. But why don't you send me a message? Send me a private message, and we'll talk. So yeah, a mom didn't push, so I got out. It's now pulling back more. Maybe if I start to see the bids flood, maybe I'll get in. But out of the halt like that, I don't know, not quite hot enough. But I'll tell you what, this is kind of good action on that we got on Inzy and a mom there, and a couple of these momos, ER momos. It might heat up tomorrow's Momo market a little bit. I'll be watching tomorrow to see if we have a similar climate or if things are slightly on the uptick, because that could set off next week to be a great week to be trading Momos. Roblox also followed through as well. Is anybody holding Roblox? If you had options or anything really, that 5 minute, waiting the 5 minute at the opening is the way to play that. Okay, good. So everybody's still in Roblox and Airbnb. Roblox hit the day 2 ER follow through entry just now, so I'm adding that into. So you've got Airbnb working out, you've got Roku working out, and you've got Crocs working out. You couldn't ask for a better situation. Remember what your account balance was where you started with all three of those before you started with all three of those, because if two out of those three end up failing out and you have to get out at break even or just a slight gain, you have to pat yourself on the back for the one that actually went, because that's what you're really looking for. And in a bull market, this stuff is cakewalk. But yeah, this is tough market. Tough market since November 2021. Bear market. Yeah, RJ loving the ER plays. You know, if you don't have any sense of how to hold the ER plays after they've started, research other ERs that had big gap opens, and then look at their daily chart and see how they run and sag, and if they hold the 10 or the 8 EMA or the 20 EMA, and you'll get a sense of it. You get a sense of what to expect and what's bad behavior. Because here you are now, you're holding three Crocs, Airbnb, and Roblox, and don't know what you're doing. You might want to research that a little bit and get to where you actually know what you're going to do. Because you can't just, you know, you won't know if you should sell when it pulls back or not, and you won't know if you should sell if it pushes up or not. So take a look. And maybe we'll go over that tonight, RJ. I don't know if you're going to be in class tonight, but maybe we'll go over that tonight. If you show up in class tonight and you ask about it, over the ER play. Okay. Yeah, remind me. Because it's cool because it turns from a day trade essentially, to a day swing, to a swing trade with add-on, in the best cases. The best cases don't come up often, but it looks like we've got some. I'd say Roku is now an entry as well because it's holding that 71 level quite well. Day one ER entry on Roku. Might just have a quadfecta shaping up. Carl, yeah. A mom is still pulling back. It found a little support at 3, I think it was, or what was that? 2 at 3, yes. Finding some support at the 3 level. Let's get a 10-second view on a mom and it's trading there. If you're still in Twilio, it did find a little support at 73 and is back to 75-ish. Quite doing. It doesn't quite have the signature of Airbnb and Crocs and Roblox, but Roku and Twilio today as day one, they're kind of shaping up. They're not failing out. They're making higher lows. Not breaking out, but they could shape up. Meanwhile, the market's making. I thought it was making new lows. Never mind. It was the Dow. The Dow is dropping. The market, yeah, it's kind of picking up off of this dip. So we might have a green day after all. Yeah, we're actually retracing some. We're about 25% retraced on yesterday's candle. That still puts in a swing high, but which puts downward pressure, and downtrend pressure on the daily chart. But intraday, we're filling up a little bit, and that could be because of that just minor liquidity grab down low and then just moving up. I did mention that as one of the prognoses that what could happen today. Up after grabbing liquidity down a little bit lower versus, the dire outlook. And it looks like that just medium level, just easy, tame trade direction is taking rather than the big, scary one. Yeah, the 30-year now at 3.91%. How about that? 1-year bonds are probably going to hit 5% today. They're going to break 5%. That's going to be a story. You'll see that on the news. Going into the weekend, there'll probably be, rates popping 5% now. Nexi not holding, Inzy not holding, a mom not really shaping up. That was it for a mom. It may happen again, but you'll just have to keep an eye on it. So let's move into the group. That's our morning live stream. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hope that got you orientated and educated. If you want to keep going, come into our group. Make sure you click the link in the description and in the bio, and we'll see you shortly. All right. You're welcome, Gary. Hey, you're welcome, guys. Thank you so much.